What is chirpin', my peeps? Call me Peeps here for our kinda brand new Peeps plays. I'm gonna sit here. I think that this intro has two different versions. I'm gonna sit here and let them both play while I explain things. If you are a longtime fan of my channel, then you know I have already played Ocarina of Time, but this is okay, so here's the thing. Today is my 1-year anniversary on YouTube. I posted my first gameplay video. I don't remember if the update video came before. I think it did. I think it came a couple weeks before. I'm not counting that one. That's just an update video. Blah. My first official game video was uploaded 1 year ago today. Although this year was leap year, so it kind of threw it off. But March 29th of last year was when my first video went up. My first series and my first video was a reverse dungeon order of Ocarina of Time. If you don't know what reverse dungeon order is, let me quickly explain. It's basically going through the game backwards. And, you know, in regular game you go Deku Tree, and then you're implied to go Kakariko Village, Gorons, you know, you do Dodongo's Cavern, then you go to Zora's River, do Jabu Jabu. And I think there's one more cutscene there, so I'm going to let it play through again while I explain this. But, and then, you know, you go turn into an adult Link, and then you go Forest Temple, Fire Temple, Water Temple, and then Spirit slash Shadow Temple. It's kind of debatable on which one you're supposed to go to next, but anyways. So you do it that way, blah, blah, blah. And then you go fight Ganon. In reverse dungeon order, you go from that order backwards. So you turn into adult Link. There's some prep you have to do. We'll see. I mean, I'm excited to do this. And I'll explain why I'm doing it in a minute here, but again, I should say why I'm doing it again. So you have that, and then there is, yeah, so instead you start the game and you immediately start preparing to do the game backwards. So we're going to be doing Shadow Temple first. Not Shadow, never mind. Scratch that. We're going to go and do the Spirit Temple first, then Shadow Temple, then Water Temple, then Fire Temple, then Forest Temple, then go revert back to a child, and then do Jabu Jabu, Dodongo's Cavern, not Forest Temple, Deku Tree, and then proceed to beat the game that way. I mean, of course, if you want to be that guy and say a true revert, I mean, if you want to call it true, you'd have to beat Ganon, but that beats the game. There's no purpose in doing that. So, you know, there's really no point in doing it that way because, you know, there's glitches and warps and stuff to do that. But the reason I'm into this now, the reason I'm doing this again is my first one, real quick, PeePz16. That was my, pretty sure this was the file name. We didn't use this for YouTube, but we're going to go ahead and erase it. So this will be my 17th RDO. I died 2 times in this one, it sucks. This will be my 17th RDO reverse dungeon order, obviously. The last time I did an RDO, by the way, was like probably 3+ months ago. And I'm going to try and do all this by memory. So I'm just going to call it PeePz17 so I know what RDO I'm on. But, yeah. Real quick, we'll go PeePz17. Boom, let's jump into it. Let's go. I'm going for no game overs. We're doing a 3-heart run. That's the way I always do my RDOs, and that's how we'll keep it. So during this opening cutscene here, I'll go ahead and keep explaining. So, the reason I'm doing another RDO, obviously it's my 1-year anniversary, and if you go back and watch my first RDO, I don't know if I want to private those videos or not. I think what I'm going to do is just private them, and then maybe if you guys want to see them and see what's improved in terms of quality, commentary, you know, all that little stuff, maybe I'll go and unprivate them again, but I think I'm going to private them once these go up. And so, you know, that's going to happen. But there was, it was my first series, you know. I didn't know what I was doing. You know, I've learned a lot from YouTube since then. There was pretty bad echo in most of the videos. Wasn't good. The game audio, my audio commentary level to the game audio was not very good. You know, the game audio at a lot of times was a lot louder than my voice. You know, it was just kind of meshed in. I was still getting comfortable talking to the mic. You know, I'm still not 100%, you know, good at commentary, but I'm a lot better, I would say. And so there's just a lot of like little problems, and I kind of you know, I kind of regret that. I love Zelda so much, and I don't want that series to be on my channel as, you know, that bad of quality. So I figured, you know, I planned this months ago. It's like, for my 1-year anniversary, I am going to replay Reverse Dungeon Order for YouTube, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And I'm pretty pumped about it. You know, I'm pretty excited. I mean, I'm probably gonna scrub it up. You know, like I said, my last one was like 3+ months ago. So, you know, I'm gonna try and do this whole thing off memory. You know, it's gonna be 100% memory based. So, you know, and there's gonna be rust. You know, there's a lot of tricks, a lot of glitches you do. There's just so much that goes into an RDO, and it's crazy. I also want to point out, I use a kind of like, it's not really set rules, but I use rules that I'll post down in they'll be in the description of every video. But it's a 3-heart challenge. I try and go for no game overs, and I also do a thing where there's no RBA. If you know Zelda glitches, basically RBA is you can glitch yourself in items, and so, you know, you can get items early, all that. So no early items. First of all, we're gonna go backwards, only get necessities. Not like, we can't go get bombs early. There's no entering any place early for any item. So like, we couldn't go get bombs early or something, any of that. There's let's see, there's no entering like sub dungeons, which, you know, I think it's like ice cavern, bottom of the well, the Gerudo fortress. I forget what the 4th one is. I always forget what the 4th one is, but those will also be in the, you know, all the like rules or stuff, you know, set things I do for myself will all be in the bottom of the description. And so, not the bottom, they'll be in the description, not the bottom of the description. You know what I mean. Yeah, I know what I mean. I'm just so excited I can't even talk right, speak straight. So, here's Navi, where you're getting introduced to the game. Let me start getting into the game here. So, the first thing that we need to do is get the sword, and then we gonna dip out. We're gonna leave Kokiri Forest. We don't need to be, well, we'll have to come back, but fun fact, for the longest time I didn't even realize it until someone pointed it out. Soraya's fairy here changes color each time you load up the game. It's a different color, and that's actually something I never even picked up or noticed. And so, you know, it's just kind of weird to me. It's just something I never picked up, you know? It was weird. That was bad. If you notice, I'm backwalking. Backwalking is faster than rolling, actually, because backwalking gives you the same top speed as rolling does. You just don't have to accelerate, you don't have to keep accelerating, you know, slow down and accelerating. That was bad. I'm telling you, the rust is kicking in. I mean, that wasn't the worst chest, but, you know, it's whatever. But, you know, you can see what I'm talking about. When you roll, you go to top speed, then you slow down, then you have to roll again, and, you know, you do all that stuff. When you're backwalking, you know, you don't need the acceleration. You're just constantly moving at the top speed. And side hopping is also faster than just, gosh dang it, that was, see, that's what happens when you don't have good timing. Then you end up hitting this rock. I was never the best at this, but, you know, usually I get hit by the rock like 2 or 3 times, so I'll take it. I fail at entering these holes. I can't find the hole. I can't find the hole. But anyways, so you want to equip things when you're going into menus like that, so you're not really I mean, I'm not speed running this, but I do want to try and go fast just for my own personal, you know, just, I guess for my own personal, satisfaction, you know, like, I don't want to, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's something you want to do for yourself, you know. I would like to try and go fast, but it's not my main concern. I just want to try and show things off efficiently, quickly, you know. So, there's a couple ways you can leave the forest. The other way, I'm taking this way that has multiple ways in within itself. The other way we will be leaving later, but you need the shield for it, and obviously we don't have the 40 rupees for a shield. And considering we're leaving anyways, there's no real point in us. There's no real point in us saving up the rupees and leaving that way quite yet, when we can do it later. One way you can leave the forest is this way. I don't know how to do it, but if you get a certain angle and jump slash into that, you can glitch through and then just swim into the loading zone. I was never the best at it. The way I like to do it is Navi diving, and it's pretty simple. You wait for Navi, and what you do there, see, very simple. What you do there is you get right on the edge, you just spam B. Once Link jump slashes, just spam the Navi talk button. I'm playing this on GameCube, by the way. Probably should have mentioned that earlier, but I'm playing on GameCube, so for me it's the C stick up, but I didn't mean to dive there. But you just spam the Navi button, and then you wait until you hit the bottom, and then you finish speaking to Navi. And how that glitch works is the game puts you is like busy, I guess. It puts you in like a busy state, and you know, considering how it doesn't. No, there's a red rupee here, and I can never get it. I never get that rupee, and it kind of upsets me, because 20 rupees would be helpful. But it's whatever. So, part of the prep that you need to do before you turn into adult, you need to buy this magic bean. Not buying this bean can essentially ruin the run. If you go into an adult Link without buying this bean and planting it, then you're basically screwed. You know? Another part of the prep is we need 10 gold Skulltulas. And I'll show you the way I get them. My prep is not the best prep. If you watch RDOs, there's probably people with better routes and better preps. But I'm just showing you the way I do it. Here's the first gold Skulltula we'll get. You can, essentially you can get any 10 gold Skulltulas you want. It's just that the ones I get are on the way of everywhere I'm going to do anyways. So it's really, like, it doesn't even matter. Because it's, our next stop is Hyrule Castle. But because it's nighttime, the gates aren't open. So I'm going to try a quick movement here called a West. I'm not the best at it, but essentially what it is, if I can show it off, it'd be cool. I'm not going to spend, like, I thought I had it. I'm not going to sit here and spend, like, a gigantic amount of time on it. Once it starts turning day, we'll start headed towards Hyrule. But there we go. This is basically it. This is faster than backwalking. I believe this is, I think it's the second fastest method of travel. But if you hold it right, you can actually go all the way into Kakariko, just like that. I think that's only the second time I've ever gone into Kakariko. If you're quick enough, escaping the forest and going down the river and doing all that, you can get here before night, which we're trying to get here in the day. There's a very specific reason we're here, but I lied. I said our next stop was Hyrule Castle. It's actually Kakariko, I forgot. I mean, you can really go to these two in either order. Doesn't matter. It's just Kakariko's here. I did not mean to talk to the owl. That was my bad. I hope time still passes when you talk to him. I don't remember if it does or not. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that was kind of a little waste of time. But we can. There's actually a way to skip that owl. I'll try and show it off. I'm not the best at it, but wow, I'm scrubbing it up. But yeah, if you are quick enough to get down the river and all that, you can actually west and get here before dark. But it's a pretty cool trick. The way you do it is you get that certain angle I showed you. You just jump slash into the loading zone so that Link doesn't walk forward. And then what you do is you jump slash. And once these guys leave, you have to put your, like, a very slight position like that. At first I was doing it like that. You see how Link just does like a little slight shuffle? You have to hold the stick in that position. And it's very, very tight of a spot. But if you let go any amount, or, you know, you press it too hard, you will drop the West. And so you kind of have to learn the position. It's not like too terrible, but, you know, it's something you really do have to practice and get down if you want to do it effectively. Another problem, I was just looking over, and another problem I had with my first reverse dungeon order is the videos were too long. You know, they were all 40 minutes plus long. I would say the average time was probably 40 minutes. And that's not good. You know? That's obviously not good. And so I want to try and keep them more around 25 this time. You know, maybe 30 max. And so we'll just see how that works. Hopefully there's no echo. By the way, I did test it, so we'll see. If there's an echo, it won't. I promise you it won't be here after this episode. I will, you know, before I keep recording, review and look at this episode, make sure everything's good, so that if anything, only the... Gosh dang it, I don't like how you don't jump there. I mean, you still make it, but... Now, as far as chickens go, the speedrun route is the one I'm basically doing the speedrun route so far. That first chicken you're just supposed to throw up here. I kind of messed up by bringing it all the way up. I wasn't really thinking. That's just the 3-month Rust talking. Not really talking. That's the 3-month showing. Rust. Wow. I guess I had a 3-month Rust of talking too. And then, you know, these are based. These are kind of RNG based as well, but it's whatever. You want to be careful. As you throw the last Cuckoo into there, you don't want to talk to her until it's in there, because I've once had the game glitch out where I talked to her, and this was during a reverse dungeon order run as well. I talked to her. I didn't mean to throw it that way. I talked to her, but because the last Cuckoo wasn't technically in, you want to be careful of this hole here too. Falling into a hole, going into a house, any of that will restart all the Cuckoos, and you have to come back out for them. But it glitched so that the last Cuckoo was there, but at the same time, it wasn't considered caught. That was almost a perfect ladder, other than climbing up the wrong spot, so I did slightly shuffle over, but you know, not too bad. But yeah, I talked to her as I was throwing the last wind, and I didn't mean to. I was just spamming A for some reason, and you know, it was. The speedrunners, what they do, they just hit one of the Cuckoos and make it run here. I just like to run them because I don't... When I hit them, for some reason, they go all sorts of... They run all sorts of wonky ways. Will you stop? I'm being trolled by this Cuckoo. He knows he's safe if he stays in there. But yeah, she glitched. She didn't say all the Cuckoos were in, and so I had to leave and come recollect all of them, which sucked. But the reason we're doing this is for a bottle. I believe you only need 1 bottle in this run, but because I go for no game overs and only 3 heart run, I like to get the 3 bottles available, because the 4th one is obviously Poe collecting, whatever, but I like to get the 3 bottles available. There's a Skulltola here, but I don't think you can get it until night. Yeah, 5 of the Skulltolas that we get are actually in this village, which is pretty nice. And then the other 5 are just along the way. 2 of them in Hyrule, 1 of them we've already seen, the other at Lon Lon Ranch, and then, is the owl there? He is. I messed up. Let's see if we can still do it though. I messed up. When you first leave the village, I didn't know he was there. What you want to do is turn towards the right wall, run to it, walk onto the wall, and then you side hop down. It should put you somewhere around here. You lock onto the sign, and then just walk out of its range, and the owl shouldn't talk to you if you do that. I kind of messed up not remembering the owl would be there, but that's how you do it. I don't know if we get the chance to show that off again. And then, I believe this is the best way to farm rupees as a child, but there's 60 rupees chilling up here. You have to jump off. I think once I've gotten all 3 rupees on 1 jump, but I don't remember for a fact. It's whatever. Now the second Skulltola that we're going to get is right in here. Let me grab those rupees. I don't like having a shield. Not having a shield. Oh my gosh. That was kind of scary. Not having a shield can really screw you up like that. Come on. I don't know why I'm breaking the pot. I don't think these pots have hearts in them. And I know where we'll likely get it. Oh, well it did. Alright. Sweet. Yeah, not having a shield makes getting these gold Skulltolas kind of annoying, but it's whatever. It's whatever, matey. So our next stop here is to visit Malin, who is just... I was going to get hearts from these bushes right here. I don't know if this skips any dialogue, but what you're supposed to do is talk to her and then come into this zone. I don't remember exactly how it is, because I actually haven't played through this game legitimately for a long while. But you talk to her, come into here, and then I think you have to, she'll be here. And then you talk to her, she'll say things, you know, whatever. When you talk to her in there, like, I don't know if doing, like, coming in here and not talking to her when she's inside Hyrule, I don't know if that skips her dialogue in there, or if it just pushes it back to here. I don't know for sure. Either way, it's better, even if it does, she does keep her dialogue, it's better to just talk to her all at once, right? Y'all know what I'm saying? Here's our third gold Skulltula. And then, like I said, the other two are... Your clothes, they're different. You're not from around here. Of course we are. Fairy. She's calling us a fairy boy. Are you serious? Why are you so mean, girl? Oh, wait. No, talk to her again. I'm getting ahead of myself here. She wants us to find her daddy. What a thing for an adult to do. Yes, whatever you say. She's been incubating. Oh, she's like a mother chicken. She's mother hen. She's mother Malin. She's been sitting on this egg. Because that's not weird at all. Now, she could have been incubating it a couple different ways, but it's just a funny thought. When a chicken incubates an egg, it's, you know, it's usually sitting on it, so it's a funny thought. It's a funny thought. But I think that this will be a good place to stop this first episode. There's still a lot more prep for us to do, but we'll go ahead and do those in the next coming episodes. Here's the thing about RDO, the first couple episodes might not be the funnest, because it's just going to be this prep period, you know, getting all the necessary items we need, getting all the necessary things that we need done. So, I apologize if it's not, like, the funnest thing to watch, but I promise you that if you want to do an RDO, you're going to need to do them. And it actually is still interesting just to see how the run goes overall. But we have one bottle. Next time what we'll do is we'll go to Lon Lon Ranch there. We'll go and pick up our second bottle there. And then we will head down to Hyrule Lake, where we'll do a couple things. We'll get the golden scale through a glitch, so that's actually interesting. And then we will get another gold Skulltula down there. There will also be another gold Skulltula in Lon Lon, and that should be, that should be all of them except for the 5 at Kakariko. So, I mean, prep, we might actually be able to finish prep next time if we have like a 30-minute episode, which I wouldn't mind. But, because prep is my least favorite part of the RDO runs. You know, it's just the same kind of boring crap. The whole run's the same, but, you know, I don't know, it's whatever. We'll see where we're at, and maybe we can finish the prep next time, and then in the episode after that, get into the fun stuff, but that's it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, if you want me to unprivate the first RDO I did so you can see the differences, then just let me know. You know, I just want to keep it privated, so there's only one on my channel, but if people want to see it and look at the differences and compare and stuff, I am all for it. That is it for me, though. I will go ahead and see you guys in the next part. Hope you guys enjoyed. I am very hyped. 1 year anniversary. Let's hope for many, many more. Let's hope for a lot more growth this year. That's what I'm hoping for. That is it for me. Peeps out.